Marcella.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. WE's coverage of Berks County High School basketball continues as we roll into the postseason. It just gets started tonight, and we hope it continues for quite some time as our coverage will continue all the way through the postseason. We start with the BCIAA playoffs and the boys quarterfinals, and tonight it is the Exeter Eagles and the Wilson Bulldogs. The 4 against the 5 seed, Exeter the 5 seed, Wilson the 4 seed, and we are in West Lawn. Exeter, the winner of Division II of the Berks Boys Conference at 7-4. They are 14-8 overall. Wilson ends up as the number 4 place team in Division I. They are 8-4, and they are 15-7 overall. But the power rankings go into effect, and that's how the seedings are set. And the Bulldogs, by the sense of the fact that they have the higher power ranking, are the home team as the 4 seed. Exeter, again, is the 5 seed. That's the matchup. The winner moves on to the county semifinals at Santander Arena on Wednesday. The loser season does not end. Both of these two teams are firmly locked into the District 3 playoffs, which get underway next week. But tonight, it's about moving on in the Berks County playoffs, and we've got it live for you here on 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading, presented by Savage Auto Group. Our coverage tonight through the county playoffs and in the district playoffs as well is also available for you to watch on our YouTube channel. That's at 8:30 WEEU Sports. You can watch the games for free all the way through the postseason run. Tonight it is the Eagles and the Bulldogs, and we will continue with our Shell's Restaurant, Dairy Swirl, and Miniature Golf pregame show from West Lawn after this.
Hot, crispy, and fresh. When the craving for Redner's delicious fried chicken hits, you have to answer it. Made with the same classic recipe since the beginning, every piece is perfectly seasoned, golden brown, and cooked fresh daily. Order an 8-piece combo, a catering tray, or just a piece. It's a family favorite for lunch, dinner, or any gathering. Grab an easy meal solution that's big on flavor and value. Savory fried chicken from Redner's Markets. Fresh, convenient, and always satisfying.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's Kettle Chips. Legend has it Mark Diefenbach loved kettle cooked chips so much he turned his Berks County kitchen into the ultimate snack factory. Now, over 60 years later, we're still making that delicious PA crafted crunch with the same passion and quality right where it all began. So crunch into some flavorful Diefenbach's Kettle Chips today and snack on a delicious tradition.
Spots Insurance Group is a proud sponsor of Berks County sports. We're an award-winning nationwide agency you can trust, insuring what means most to you for over 32 years. We specialize in auto, home, renters, business, and life insurance. Remember, when you think insurance, think Spots. Visit us at spotsforinsurance.com. That's SPOTTS, 4, insurance.com.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
Tonight's pregame show is brought to you by Shell's Restaurant, Dairy Swirl, and Miniature Golf. Fuel up for their game day with their delicious burgers, their hot dogs, fried chicken, barbecue sandwiches, french fries, and of course they've got ice cream. When basketball season ends, come visit the 27-hole miniature golf course that is a Berks County staple. Visit Shell's on the 5th Street Highway in Temple alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool. Again, our postseason coverage getting underway tonight with Exeter and Wilson in Berks boys quarterfinal. The Eagles at 14-8, the Bulldogs at 15-7. And Rich, we talked with Jeff Van Gorder, the head coach for Exeter, trying to get over that hump of the quarterfinals. His first season, they lost to Wilson here in West Lawn, 74-51. Last year, he lost to Governor Mifflin in the quarterfinals, 68-52. So trying to get back to Santander Arena for the Eagles for the first time since that magical run of 2023. They lost to Reading High in the county final. They go ahead all into the state final. But for Jeff Van Gorder and his crew, trying to get over that hump, which he thinks is more on him, he looks at it more of his issue than it is the kids don't even think about it.
Yeah, he doesn't think it's in the heads of guys like Aiden Dobble and Jaden Ware because of all the postseason success they've had in basketball and football. But really, this is an even game. This is a toss-up. Wilson won the first meeting by 4. It was a very close game throughout, and Exeter, according to Matt Coldren, Wilson coach Matt Coldren, Exeter should have had 10 more points. And Jeff Van Gorder said the same thing. They missed quite a few layups. So I expect this to be a really, really tight game, and it could go either way.
And the Bulldogs may be peaking at the absolute perfect time. From based on what we've seen, certainly last Tuesday night against Muhlenberg, they were brilliant. They put up 70 points against Muhlenberg. They won that game 70-56, and they followed it up by putting up another 70 points against Harrisburg. Now, I know Harrisburg is a team that's going to get up and down the floor, but still, Wilson has to score those points. So back-to-back 70-point efforts for the Bulldogs, that's a whole nother level.
And especially when they hadn't hit 70 all season. And, you know, we saw the game against Muhlenberg, and they managed to break the press. They took advantage of Muhlenberg overplaying passing lanes, made a lot of backdoor cuts, broke the press extremely well, broke Muhlenberg's pressure. Wilson right now is really peaking at the right time going into the postseason.
Let's take a look at tonight's keys to the game. They're brought to you by RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. If you're buying or selling a home, Phil Macaronis is a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame with over 20 years of experience running countless buyers and sellers keys to their real estate transactions. Call 610-670-2770. Ask for Phil Macaronis. He is an Exeter Township resident. You can get your keys to buying and selling your home from Phil Macaronis. It's Exeter Wilson boys basketball. Rich Garcella has his keys to the game.
Well, the number one key for the visiting Exeter Eagles, according to Coach Jeff Van Gorder, is junior Braylon Reinert. Braylon Reinert is a strong young man. He will match up well against Michael Glover, Wilson's post player. But Braylon's got to finish. He's got to be consistent in finishing around the basket. The last time these two teams met, he had just 3 points. So he's a big key. The second key goes hand in hand with Braylon is rebounding. In fact, both coaches mentioned rebounding. Exeter needs to out-rebound Wilson to win this game. And the third thing is transition. Exeter will try to slow down Wilson's break and get back. That's going to be critical. Jeff Van Gorder said Wilson runs the floor very, very well. For the home team, the Wilson Bulldogs, Matt Coldren praised Jeff Van Gorder's offensive sets. He said they needed to disrupt them. Exeter was very successful in the first half in that first meeting on January 21st. So they've got to disrupt their sets with their defense. The second one is the Bulldogs feel like they have to win the rebounding battle to win this game. And the third thing is, same thing that Matt Coldren mentioned to us last Tuesday before their convincing win over Muhlenberg, the Bulldogs have to make shots.
Tonight's Spotlight is brought to you by Huber's Auto Group. Tonight we focus the spotlight on Wilson Bulldogs senior Peter Kalfala. Huber's is the region's answer for your car rental needs, whether taking the whole crew in a luxury van to Florida or just a few days in the mountains in an SUV. Huber's stands by their reservations, and ensuring the ride you book is the ride you get. Check out their inventory. Get a quote at huberauto.com. Peter Kalfala, senior, averaging 11.3 points per game. That average had dipped below 10 a game, and that kicked him into another gear. The last 3 games, he has averaged 20 points per game, including 21 against Reading High, 21 against Muhlenberg in back-to-back games here on WEEU. So Peter Kalfala taking it up to another level for the Bulldogs, and maybe one of the reasons why they are scoring at the pace they have over the course of the last couple games, which could make them a very difficult out in the Berks County playoffs as this thing unfolds over the course of the next couple of nights. Tonight's starting lineups, as they're about to be introduced here in West Lawn, are brought to you by Victor Emmanuel Beneficial Society. They've been serving authentic homemade Italian dishes for over 110 years. New memberships are now being accepted for only $10. The facility at 311 Hazel Street in Reading is also available for rental for private parties, banquets, and celebrations. Victor Emmanuel, a taste of Italy right here in Reading. For the Eagles, Jeff Van Gorder in his 3rd season. He's 48-31, including his 14-8 season this year. He will have Braylon Reinert, 6'3", and a junior, and Aiden Dauble, 6'2", and a senior as his forwards. Guards, Jaden Ware, 6'1", and a senior. Dylan Donati, 6 foot and a senior, and Michael Fisher is his point guard, the 5'11 senior. For the Bulldogs and a Wilson coach, Matt Coldren, in his 25th season, 5th all-time in Berks County boys basketball history in wins with 447, 211 wins to go along with it, with his 15-7 record so far this season. The Bulldogs will have Michael Glover and Peter Kalfala inside. Glover at 6'3" and a junior, Kalfala at 6'2" and a senior. Nashar Mikado is their 5'9" sophomore point guard. Harrell Akings, the 5'10" senior guard, and Nemo McLean, 6'2" senior, who is one of their better defensive players in the starting lineup. Akings at 11.9, Kalfala at 11.3. You can never forget about the presence of Michael Glover inside, averaging at 7.9 points per game. We mentioned about the scoring numbers for Wilson. For Exeter, Aiden Dauble leads the way at 15.5 a game. Jaden Ware at 12.3. Dylan Donati at 11.6. And then just like we talked about with Michael Glover, can't forget about Braylon Reinert. He can be a force in the paint, as Rich talked about. He's just under 10 a game, 9.9 to be official. So that's the matchup. It is the Exeter Eagles, the Wilson Bulldogs. We will take a timeout. We're back with a tip-off and the start of postseason coverage here at WEEU when we come back to West Lawn after this.
Noisy, squeaky, or uneven garage doors? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening or closing? Get a garage door tune-up now from Overhead Door Reading. For just $99, we'll inspect, lubricate, and adjust your garage doors so they run smoothly and quietly. Don't get stuck in the driveway this winter. Call today and ask for our tune-up special. Serving the community since 1965. Overhead Door Reading. We're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
Hi, I'm Ava Janikowicz. I'm a member of the Student Government Executive Council, National Honor Society, captain of the field hockey team, vice president of the DECA Business Club, and a Saint Ambassador. One of my favorite things about my school is our strong community. We really feel like a family at BC. We love, care, and respect each other, much like my own family. Come be a part of something great. To learn more about my school and how to be a saint, contact the admissions office at berkscatholic.org.
The tip-off of tonight's game is presented by the Coley Insurance Group. Discover the power of choice with Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group. Locations in Muhlenberg and Wyomissing. They're a fully independent insurance agency with access to over 40 top-rated insurance carriers to ensure you get the best coverage at the best price. Whether it is auto, home, or life insurance, they have you covered. Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group. The power of choice is yours. Call them. 484-848-6088. We are set to get underway. Berks boys quarterfinal. The Bulldogs in the home whites with the red trim. Exeter in the visiting black with the blue and white trim. The ball on the jump is tipped out of bounds. Touched last by Exeter. Wilson will get first possession.
Nice moment at the tip. Aiden Dauble and Carell Akings stood next to each other. Both of them are headed to Shippensburg. Exchanged some smiles and a fist bump.
Headed there to play football, but they got basketball in their minds right now, and the Bulldogs with the basketball. And they hit to the high post to Glover. Speaking of football, Michael Glover will kick it back out for Nashar Mikado, who gives it around for Kalfala, guarded by Dauble. Puts it on the floor, tries to get by him, a little off balance and off the glass for 2.
I'll say it was off balance. That was pretty good defense by Dauble, but Kalfala finished.
The hot hand of Peter Kalfala strikes first for the Bulldogs as Fisher gets it to Dauble on the opposite side, off the post. They immediately switch, as we talked about, and Kalfala pokes it loose, ends up in the hands of Ware, who dumps it for Reinert and for 2.
Nice look by Jaden Ware. Very unselfish.
So Braylon Reinert gets the score even on the feed from Ware to tie the game up. Mikado guarded by Fisher. Tries to beat him off the dribble. A little step back for 2 on the jumper. No. Kalfala skies above everybody for the rebound. Kick out to Glover, who drives and kisses it off the glass.
Second chance points there for Wilson. Rebounding is going to be a key tonight for both teams.
And that was set up by the length of Kalfala, who just out-jumped Aiden Dauble to the basketball to get the Bulldogs another look. They lead at 4-2. 6:40 left to go in quarter number 1. Dylan Donati, guarded by McLean, gives it up instead for Fisher. Swinging around for Ware on the right side. Looking for Dauble. He can't get free of the defense of McLean. Again, Bulldogs switching everything up right now, which is a very much of a difference.
Exeter standing around too much.
And that's the reason why you heard in our crowd, Mike, Jeff Van Gorder calling an early timeout. Exeter a little bit off balance in terms of the defensive switches, I think, for Wilson kind of took them a step back for a moment. You listen to high school basketball on 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading.
Yeah, Exeter they were a little bit confused, and they were trying to get the ball inside, but 4 of the players were just standing around, and Jeff Van Gorder for at least 5 seconds was calling for a timeout, and he finally got it, and it looks like it's a 30-second timeout. Exeter ball in the front court.
And the winner of this one moves on to the semifinals. We will as well here at WEEU. Our coverage will start at 3:45. It is a quadruple header, 2 girls games, 2 boys games. We know the girls games are set. Governor Mifflin and Exeter, and Wilson and Reading are going to be the 2 girls semifinal matchups. Here's Ware trying to drive to the left side, cut off by McLean. Swing it back and around, and now Dauble has it a long way from the basket. Looks for a cutter, nothing there. Now here's Michael Fisher.
Much better movement.
Ware off the screen from Dauble, gets himself in the paint, up off the glass, no, and rebounded by Kelfala. Bulldogs back the other way, looking to move down the floor. Mercado to McLean, back to McLean, and here's Kelfala, nothing there in the transition game, and the Bulldogs will set up their offense. So they try to kick it out, they try to run a transition, good job by Exeter to get back. And now Kelfala guarded by Ware, gives it up for Glover. From the foul line, Glover takes a couple dribbles. Going to kick it high off the glass again, comes up empty. Dauble had it for a moment, poked away by Mercado, saved nicely by Dauble, and Exeter keeps possession. Dauble and Ware, fake by Ware, goes baseline, tried to dump it off. He had the look, but he went for the extra pass. Deflected out of bounds, last touch by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he surprised me and probably everybody else in the gym that he didn't go to the glass, because there was an open path for him to do that, and he looked inside on the across the lane to Reinert, and the ball was tipped away.
Ware and Dauble, who were freshman contributors off the bench in that 2023 team that went to the state finals. Here's a block by Kelfala on the jump shot by Dauble. Reinert picks it up, a little baby hook by Reinert's no good. Tipped around, controlled by Mercado, and he wants to go the other way. Up ahead for Akings. Akings has not yet pulled the trigger on a shot for the Bulldogs, who lead at 4-2. We are 3 minutes and change into quarter number 1. Glover sets the screen for Mercado. Double team. Glover's open from the foul line. Good.
Nice pass by Mercado. Back out to the line for the jumper.
Both teams went after Mercado. It left Glover alone, and he buries the 15-foot jumper. Puts Wilson on top 6-2 for the 6 from Michael Glover. Ware on the screener roll for Dauble, who comes back to get it. Dumps it inside for Reinert. Trying to go inside against Glover. Up with a little baby hook, and Reinert scores 2 more.
That's a battle between 2 of the strongest players in the Berks League. Michael Glover for Wilson, Braylon Reinert for Exeter. That time Reinert won it.
Yeah, you want to talk about bulls in a china shop. That's what those 2 young men are inside. Both outstanding football players. Mercado from distance. Nashar Mercado with the game's first 3.
The thing that we didn't talk about, Bob, Wilson's offense has picked up the last 2 games because they're getting production from up and down the whole lineup, including Nishar Mercado.
Mercado's 7th 3 of the season as the Wilson Bulldogs on top 9-4. Here's Ware, thought about the 3. He's going to drive instead, stripped and fouled. I believe that's going to be on Mercado, and it will put Ware at the free throw line to shoot 2. First foul of the basketball game against either side, putting Jaden Ware at the stripe. Substitutions both ways at the scorer's table. As Ware about to shoot 2. He's a 61% free throw shooter on the season. Just committed to continue his collegiate football career at IUP. As he makes the first of 2. Into the game for the Bulldogs comes Ronaldo Gonzalez, the 6'1 junior. And the 6-foot junior Jane Lockhart also checks in for Wilson. Into the game for Exeter is sophomore guard Cameron Scott. And also into the game for the Eagles is Jackson Kozik, the 6'1 senior. Can follow off the missed free throw to the back to the basket for 2 more on the little fadeaway.
Wilson wins in transition there. Exeter a little late getting back.
Kafala now with 4. The lead is 6, 11-5. Again, Ware with the basketball, trying to penetrate, and then kicks it back for Dauble. Spins through traffic and cannot finish. Rebounded by Gonzalez. The Bulldogs looking to go the other way. And it's taken away by Ware for a moment. Kafala picked it up, blocked by Ware and out of bounds. It'll stay Bulldog basketball, and the nice block by Jaden Ware after Kafala picked up the loose change in the paint. Inbounds comes to Gonzalez. 3:10 left to go in the first quarter. 11-5 is our score. Wilson with the basketball and the lead.
We've seen Gonzalez give Wilson's offense a spark in the last 2 or 3 games here. If he gets his hands on the ball and he has even an inch, he's going to take it.
We saw him drop 10 in the overtime loss to Reading High here at West Lawn. Glover again going to pull up for the jumper, not there. Akings with the offensive rebound, drives inside, blocked. Ball loose on the floor. Jackson Kozik picks it up for Exeter. So another block in the paint for the Exeter Eagles. And they have it ball back, down by 6.
Not sure who blocked that. I blocked out. I couldn't tell inside, but regardless, the officials right away ruled that it was a clean block.
Dauble off the screen, looking to penetrate, nothing there. Kicks it around for Kozik. He'll pop for 3. That's no good. Bounces around, loose on the floor, still loose, and Glover picks up the ball. Here's Lockhart in the open floor. Drives and then kicks for Kelfala. Kozik closes out on him. Glover again from the foul line. This time goes inside, up off the glass. No. Kozik, nice job to fly in and pull down the rebound.
Good defense by Reinert there.
Cameron Scott kicks it up to Ware. Ware will not wait for help. He'll find Kozik, blocked by Kelfala, but picked up and put home by Cameron Scott.
Cameron Scott, sophomore, very talented, great future for the Eagles.
Not much happening in the paint tonight. Lots of blocks going on here in this first quarter. 11-7 on the bucket by Cameron Scott. Bulldogs lead is 4 with 1:40 left to go in the first quarter. Lockhart from the right wing, guarded by Scott. Aking sets the screen. Lockhart goes around him. Scott recovers. Kelfala taken away by Jaden Ware. Jaden Ware ahead of the pack will miss the dunk and rebounded by Akings.
That's got to drive a coach absolutely crazy.
Gonzalez airballs the 3 on the other end, and Exeter has it right back. And a bump and a foul by Gonzalez. Ronaldo Gonzalez will pick up the second Bulldog foul, his first, with 1:15 to go in the quarter. Mercado back in the game for Wilson. In the game for the first time for the Bulldogs comes 6'4" sophomore Gabe Niembo. As Glover will take his first breather, Akings also comes out. Akings with, to my knowledge, 1 shot in this game, and it was blocked.
That is correct.
1:15 to go in the first. Wilson still leads at 11-7. Exeter has the ball. Ware, who just missed the dunk after coming up with a steal. Dauble inside. Nice catch by Reinert. It's 2.
Nice pass, nice catch. Reinert already with 6 points. He is a key to the game, according to Jeff Van Gorder.
Well, he has been so far. 6 of the 9, for Exeter right now, coming from Braylon Reinert. Now is a ball lost out of bounds by Mercado. Second Bulldog turnover, gives it back to Exeter with 49 seconds left to go in the quarter. They're going to give Ware a breather, bring Dylan Donati back in. The Bulldogs Bulldogs up 2. Exeter with a basketball, and it's tipped right back, and Mercado lost it, and he just stole it back. He deflected it off the hands of Cameron Scott, and Exeter gives it right back to Wilson.
Yeah, that's just can't happen just on an inbounds play like that. But great defense by Mercado.
Lockhart, Mercado, Kelfala, Niembo, and Gonzalez, the 5 on the floor right now for Matt Colgin's Bulldogs, with 40 seconds to go in the first quarter and a 2-point advantage. Right side is Mercado. Off the screen from Niembo. To the foul line, kicks it back for Lockhart. Wilson will be in no hurry here with a 2-point lead at the end of the quarter. Kelfala, however, has a different idea. His 3-pointer's no good. Dauble has the rebound. Exeter looking for the tie or their first lead if they can cash it in on the other end. Kozik for the lead, got it.
Kozik can hit the 3 if you leave him open, and that time the Bulldogs did.
14th of the season for Jackson Kozik, and Exeter has its first lead at 12-11. Bulldogs with 7 seconds to go in the first. Lockhart off the screen, open for 2, no. Rebound is loose on the floor, and that will do it for quarter number 1. Jackson's Kozik's 3 at the tail end of the first puts Exeter on the lead after 1. Exeter 12, Wilson 11, back with quarter number 2 from West Lawn after this on WEEU in Reading.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
To find out how WEU can be your affordable advertising partner, call 610-345-7338. When the pressure's on and it's time to make your best move, the Susan McFadden team with Keller Williams Platinum Realty is here to help you score big in today's real estate market. Whether you're buying, selling, or planning your next play, Susan's experience and dedication make her the MVP you want on your side. For winning results and a team that never stops hustling, trust the Susan McFadden team with Keller Williams, your home court advantage.
12-11, Exeter on top as we start the second quarter alongside Rich Carcella. My name is Bob McCool. Eagles have the basketball. Here's Aiden Dauble for three at the top. No. Rebounded by Gabe Niembo. So Aiden Dauble has not scored yet. Carell Akings has not scored yet. The two teams' top scorers. 12-11, Exeter on top. Akings now has it on the offensive side for Wilson. Guarded by Ware. Trying to get by him. Can't. Niembo from 16 feet. That's no good. Tipped around right back to Akings. Floater in the paint. No, it rims out. Ball loose again. Gonzalez will pick it up. His putback is no good. Loose again on the floor. And eventually Jaden Ware comes away with it for Exeter. Ware up ahead. Donati catch and shoot for three is way off. Right into the hands of Kozik. Stripped out of his hands by Mercado. And Exeter on the turnover gives it right back to Wilson. Up ahead for Glover, who bounced it off the foot of a defender and out of bounds. It'll stay Bulldog basketball.
Wilson with 3 offensive rebounds and still couldn't convert on that opening possession of the quarter.
Mason Goodhart will check in for Exeter for the first time. 6'3" senior into the game as Braylon Reiner comes out. Reiner with 6 of Exeter's 12 points so far. Mercado looking for somebody to come free on the right side. Nobody's moving. He gets it inside for Glover instead. Gets a man up in the air. Count the bucket and a foul.
Smart play by the Bulldogs with Braylon Reiner just coming out of the game to take a break. They get the ball inside of Michael Glover. He takes advantage of it, scores over Mason Goodhart, and draws the foul on Jackson Kozik.
So Glover with the bucket and a free throw coming his way. Glover at 7.9 points per game. He's got 6 already. And looking for another at the foul line. It's no good. Gonzalez with another Bulldog offensive rebound. His putback is no good, and Dauble pulls it down. So Wilson back up by the point on the bucket by Glover, 13-12. Dauble working his way into paint. 2 defenders around him. Still off the glass for 2 and a foul.
That was tremendous determination by Aiden Dauble. He had Ronaldo Gonzalez, and then Michael Glover came to help. And Dauble went over both of them to score, has a chance at a 3-point play.
Foul on Gonzalez, that's his second. He comes out, Niembo comes out. Nemo McLean back in, and Peter Kalfala back in for the Bulldogs, with Dauble at the free throw line trying to finish off the 3-point play after scoring his first bucket of the game. A 3-point play is indeed what happens for Aiden Dauble, and with that, Exeter right back up on top, 15-13. 6:30 to go in the half. What we expected from these two teams, a pretty even match the first time. Wilson winning it in Rifton, 55-51. Nowhere to go. Kicks it back for Kalfala. He's double teamed. Kicks it back for Mercado. Swings it around for McLean. On a clear out, drives a bump and a foul before the bucket by Nemo McLean. Excuse me, that's
Mason Goodhart, I think.
Kaylor Cornish, the offensive player for the Bulldogs, who got bumped before the shot. And it is Goodhart, and that's the second on Goodhart. So he will come out, and Reinert back in. Wilson with the ball inbound underneath. Cornish swings it back for Mercado, and he's bumped and fouled by Donati. Donati could not put the brakes on in time and fouls it.
He had 2 hands on him. Referee had to call that.
Third foul on the Eagles, first on Dylan Donati. So it will be Bulldog basketball again. Wilson's done a great job in the offensive glass in the second quarter. Haven't really been able to capitalize on it. Adonis Fleming, Tom Gwizdowski, Jonathan Hoffman on the whistles tonight here in our boys quarterfinal. It has Exeter on top of Wilson, 15-13. Bulldogs with a basketball. Cornish from the top of the key, guarded by Dauble. Looking for Aking, swings it around instead for Mercado. Off the Kalfala screen. And now Cornish. Kalfala catch and shoot for 3. Yep. Peter Kalfala with his first 3 of the night. 7 points and a Bulldog lead at 16-15.
Yeah, as Bob mentioned in the pregame, Kalfala has really picked up his offense over the last 2-3 games for Wilson. averaging 20 over those 3 games.
17-3 of the season. Inside for Reinert. Again off the glass, Braylon Reinert.
He looks so much better offensively.
8 points for Reinert. Back in front is Exeter. Calfala from the baseline missed the shot, but he is fouled.
Kozik.
That's going to be number 2 on Jackson Kozik. Number 4 on Exeter is going to put Calfala at the free throw line. Calfala with 7 already, and now 2 more coming here at the stripe, where he's a 75% free throw shooter. The first spins out on it. Cameron Scott's going to come in. Jackson Kozik will come out after picking up that second foul. Jackson Kozik just made his commitment to where he's going to continue his football career. That's going to be at Washington Jefferson College out in Western PA. Calfala's second free throw coming. And that's good. So we are tied for the first time, or excuse me, the second time. It's now 17-17. Exeter with a basketball in the hands of Donati. Looking to score, put his name in the scoring column. Gives it up instead for Dauble. Guarded by Mercado. A little bit of a size advantage for Dauble on Mercado if they post him up.
They switch back. Calfala now on Dauble.
Ware gives it up for Cameron Scott. And now Dauble comes out high. Trying to get Calfala off his feet. Kicks it back for Scott.
This is a long possession for the Exeter Eagles. Jeff Van Gorder does not like lengthy possessions.
Ware thought about driving, could not get by Cornish. Gives it up instead for Scott. 4:30 left to go in the first half. Tied at 17.
Great defense by the Bulldogs.
Straight up man-to-man. Now a foul away as Cornish and Donati got tangled up with one another, and it's going to be on Kaylor Cornish. Only the second foul on the Bulldogs here in the quarter. First on Cornish, and Exeter will inbound underneath. 4:25 left to go in the half. Inbound for Dauble. Started by Calfala, gives it up. Exeter showing pretty good patience offensively, and that's not necessarily their DNA.
No, it isn't.
Scott pull up from the left-right elbow. Shot no good. Rebound by Ware. Dumps it for Reinert. Wasn't expecting it. Turned over to paint. Throw it outlet, and it's taken right back by Cameron Scott. Turnover both ways.
Good defense in transition by Cameron Scott.
Ware from distance. No. Dauble offensive rebound. Trying to get himself in position and does.
That's a great power move by Aiden Dauble.
Puts the Eagles back up by the deuce. 5 straight from Aiden Dauble. 3:40 left to go in the second quarter. 19-17, Exeter on top.
Bob, Exeter never led in the first meeting between the two teams. In that game, Wilson won 55-51. Bulldogs led by as many as 7.
Glover trying to back down Reinert. Comes up short. Exeter comes up with a rebound. Back the other way, the Eagles looking for their largest lead if they can cash it in on this trip. Ware out high for Donati, looking for his first points. Not there. And Cornish flies in to get the rebound for the Bulldogs. Akings still has not yet got on track for Wilson offensively. Gives it up. Mercado for a quick shot 3. No. Glover going to get called in the push-off. Michael Glover on the push-off from behind is going to get called for his first foul.
Great position by Braylon Reinert. Glover with his first.
McLean back in, Cornish out. 2:55 to go in the second. Wilson back on defense. Exeter with a 2-point advantage. Reinert a long way from the basket. Swings around for Dauble. Sets the screen. Here's Scott, going to pop for 3. No. Rebound tipped, controlled for a moment. Loose on the floor. Akings will pick it up. Akings going to try to beat everybody down the floor. Taken away by Scott, but he was out of bounds. It's going to stay Wilson basketball. Kozik's going to check back in now for Exeter. And Dauble's going to take his first breather. Dauble got his season off to a slow start because of injuries lingering from football season. Akings trying to shake loose of the defensive Jaden Ware. Going to try to drive inside. No good, but it's going to be goaltending.
Yep.
Ware got his hand on the backboard, and I think they're going to get him for goaltending.
Exactly. Basket counts. Akings with his first points of the night.
Ties the game back up again at 19. And Exeter gets the ball with 2:24 left to go in the second. Ware, Kozik, Scott, Reinert, and Donati, the five on the floor right now for the Eagles. Ware gets it inside Donati, a little fadeaway, and the baseline is pure.
Off 1 foot. What a pass by Ware.
First bucket of the night for Dylan Donati puts Exeter right back up on top, 21-19, a 2-point lead with 2 minutes to go in that second quarter. Glover from the high post, going to put it on the floor, get some separation. Shot wedges between rim and backboard. They'll go to the jump ball. Possession arrow favors Wilson.
Tell you what, Braylon Reinert is really playing well at both ends of the floor for the Eagles.
One of the few people who maybe can match up physically against Michael Glover. Donati strips it out of his hands. Glover pounces on the ball, gets it back for Wilson. Inside they look for McLean, up for two, in and out. Rebounded by Kozik. Great look, it just spun out for Nemo McLean. Exeter has it back. Still on top by 2.
Wow, Exeter's playing with a lot of confidence, both ends of the floor.
Minute and a half to go in period number 2. 21-19, Exeter on top. Donati off the screen, pulls up for 3, no. Rebound tipped out of bounds, last touched by Exeter.
Score-wise, this is a Wilson score pace. This is not an Exeter pace, but Exeter seems to be getting good shots at the offensive end and is preventing Wilson from getting many second chance points since the first possession of the second quarter.
Exeter averages over 61 a game, Wilson over 53, and that's helped by the fact they've scored 70 in their last 2. 1 minute to go here in the half. It's a 21-19 Exeter advantage. Mercado trying to get free, nothing there. Gives up for Glover, and now for Calfala off the Glover screen. Stutter steps, drives, finishes.
That's a strong move by Calfala. Kozik, he took Kozik downtown. Kozik has 2 fouls. Calfala used his head there.
4th tie of the first half, ties it at 21 with 35 seconds to go in period number 2. Well, Exeter hold for 1 here with 30 seconds now left in the half.
Let's see if they hold for 1, or maybe Jeff Van Gorder calls a timeout with Aiden Dobble at the scores table trying to get in.
Used 1 timeout earlier in the first quarter. Doesn't look like it here.
Nope.
Down to 12 now left to go. Ball in the hands of Donati, out by the logo. And a bump and a foul, and that is number 4 against Wilson. They had 1 foul to give. They just took it with 8 seconds left.
And it allows Exeter to get Aiden Dobble in the game.
Foul going to be called on Nemo McLean, his first. Again, that's 4 fouls both sides. Dobble in, Kozik out. 8 seconds remaining in the first half. Possession remains Exeter's. Right back to Ware. Back for Scott with 4. Donati tries to go baseline. Gets a man up in the air, partially blocked by Calfala, and that will end the half. Back and forth throughout the second quarter, and we will head to the locker room even. After 2 quarters, Berks boys quarterfinal. Exeter 21, Wilson 21. We'll take a timeout back with our Lincoln Plumbing Heating halftime show right after this, live on WEEU in Reading.
Support your Berks County community while purchasing great new and used furniture, appliances, and building supplies at the Habitat for Humanity Restore of Berks County. Located at 5370 Allentown Pike in Temple, the Restore carries brand name new and used appliances, furniture, home decor, and more. Many new items are manufacturer direct and are available at unbeatable prices. Stop by the Habitat for Humanity Restore of Berks County Tuesdays through Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or visit our website at restoreberks.org for more information.
I'm Jada Doe, a senior at Berks Catholic High School. Berks Catholic offers a wide variety of advanced coursework and utilizes 21st century technology for the most effective and interactive learning experience. We have a team of dedicated college counselors who provide the best service for students' potential through remarkable efforts and strategic planning. Berks Catholic prepares us to be both college and life ready. For more information about my school and how to be a saint, contact the admissions office at berkscatholic.org.
Hey Berks County, Chick-fil-A Catering makes game day even better. Choose from a variety of trays, including Chick-fil-A nuggets, mac and cheese, and chocolate chunk cookies. Perfect perfect for your next gathering. Place your order through the Chick-fil-A app, online, or by calling ahead and pick it up at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Take cooking off your plate and enjoy the perfect spread with Chick-fil-A catering. Availability and order requirements vary. See restaurant for details.
Temperatures dropped and my heating wouldn't kick on, so I called Keith HVAC, Electrical and Plumbing. They had it running fast and at a fair price. That was years ago, and I've trusted them ever since. Heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, Keith does it all. Honest, fast, professional. They've been around for 30 years for a reason. Call Keith HVAC today. You'll be glad you did.
Keith HVAC Electrical and Plumbing. Quality you trust, comfort you deserve. Call 610-589-6461 or visit keithhvac.com.
Tonight's halftime show is brought to you by Lincoln Plumbing and Heating. When you need a plumber, get a good one. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Lincoln Plumbing has the experience to help from a leaky faucet to a whole bathroom remodel. Call 610-376-0863 for Lincoln Plumbing and Heating. As honest as their name, alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool. Halftime BCIAA boys quarterfinal. It is the Wilson Bulldogs 21, the Exeter Eagles 21. Exeter had its largest deficit late first quarter at 11-5, but they closed strong in that first quarter, including a 3 by Jackson Kozik in the final seconds of period number 1. They took their first lead at 12-11. It was back and forth throughout the second quarter. But interesting enough, Rich, it took a little while for Aiden Dauble to get it going offensively. Grill Akings really only got one late field goal. So the two top scorers for both teams a little bit slow to get started. You mentioned this in the second quarter. Score-wise, this is the pace that Wilson would prefer the game to be played.
No doubt about it, but I think Exeter is getting good shots. They're getting good looks at the basket. They just haven't been able to connect. And again, both coaches said we have to make shots before the game. And it's funny. Exeter's 9 for 24, Wilson's 9 for 27. But I think if you're Jeff Van Gorder, maybe you don't like the overall, you don't like the score of the game, but I think the pace is pretty much Exeter's pace. And Exeter's, like I said, creating good looks at the basket. They just haven't been able to make them. I think their problem in the second quarter, not that it's a big problem because they're tied, but Braylon Reinert, who had 6 points in the first quarter, only had one shot in the second quarter, and he scored on that. So I look for them to try to get him the ball more inside and also Dauble inside. Right now, Reinert's playing well both ends of the floor. Michael Glover has 6 points for Wilson, but he's 3 for 8 from the field. I think you're going to see Peter Kelfala and Coral Akings get more active offensively for Wilson. Wilson's played pretty good defense. There's a reason why Exeter's not shooting the ball well. But, I think if you're Jeff Van Gorder, I think he likes where they're at right now. And I'm not sure if Matt Coldren does or not.
Yeah, it's been interesting watching how Exeter has attacked, and I'm using that term somewhat loosely because they haven't really attacked Wilson at times. They've been very deliberate with the basketball.
Yes.
It's not necessarily what they want to do. Credit Wilson's defense.
Yeah.
But I think we talked about this very early on that Matt Coldren told us before the game tonight that they were going to switch on everything, that they didn't do that the first time around and they weren't effective with it and allow Exeter to get better looks. So they were going to switch on all the screens, and I think Exeter was taken aback by it for a moment. It cost them an early timeout to adjust. But even at that, they were much more deliberate with some of their offensive sets. And Jeff Van Gorder, who's right beside our table, was imploring them to kind of move a little bit more on offense.
Well, that's why I had to call that early timeout because they were just standing still. The 4 players without the basketball, and he screamed very loudly to call that timeout. So, no, I think what Exeter has to do, they've got to finish. They've done a pretty good job getting back in transition, which was one of Jeff's keys to the game. But I think they need to continue to play. Reinert's got to continue to play really good defense against Michael Glover. But I think Peter Kelfala and Coral Akings, I think you're going to see them become much more active on offense in the second half for Wilson.
Kelfala led the way for the Bulldogs with 10. Michael Glover with 6, 3 for Nishar Mercado, and 2 for Coral Akings. And the Bulldogs total of 21. Braylon Reinert had the big first quarter for the Eagles with 6 of their 12, and 8 points to lead the way for them at halftime. Aiden Dauble finally got it on track in the second quarter, started with a bucket and a foul. 3-point play. He has 5. 3 for Jackson Kozik. It was that 3-pointer right before the end of the first quarter that gave Exeter their first lead. 2 each for Dylan Donati and Cameron Scott, and just 1 for Jaden Ware and the Eagles, total of 21. 21-21 is our score. Let's take a timeout back with our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show. More of it when we come back to West Lawn after this.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all. From residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
To find out how WEEU can be your affordable advertising partner, call 610-345-7338. When the pressure's on and it's time to make your best move, the Susan McFadden team with Keller Williams Platinum Realty is here to help you score big in today's real estate market. Whether you're buying, selling, or planning your next play, Susan's experience and dedication make her the MVP you want on your side. For winning results and a team that never stops hustling, trust the Susan McFadden team with Keller Williams, your home court advantage.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's Kettle Chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle cooked chips so much, he turned his Berks County kitchen into the ultimate snack factory. Now, over 60 years later, we're still making that delicious PA crafted crunch with the same passion and quality right where it all began. So crunch into some flavorful Diefenbach's kettle chips today and snack on a delicious tradition.
I gotta do them quick.
Welcome back to our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show. And Rich Garcella will catch you up to date. This is one of 4 Berks County quarterfinals going on right now. Rich will catch you up to date on the other 3.
Well, on the other 2 of the other 3
Okay.
anyway. At Wolf Gymnasium in a game that started at 6:30, it's Berks Catholic 42, Schuylkill Valley 32 at the end of 3 quarters. And in the second quarter, midway through, it's Reading 35, Antietam 15. Still waiting to hear a score on the Muhlenberg, or Wyomissing at Muhlenberg game.
Again, all the semifinals will be on Wednesday. It starts at 4 p.m., and they will all be here for you on WEEU, both on the radio and our free video stream as well. Our coverage will get underway at 3:45. 2 girls games, 2 boys games. The 2 girls games, we know it'll be Governor Mifflin and Exeter. It's our belief that will be game 1, and then the scheduling will fall into place from there. And then the other girls game will be Wilson against Reading High. We'll see what time those games are. They'll be somewhat predicated based upon the results of tonight's boys games. But 4 games in a row, all here on WEEU. And if you want to get out and see it, 4 games for the price of 1 ticket, $10 buys you a ticket to watch all 4 semifinal games at Santander Arena. And of course, the championship games are Friday night, same deal. $10 gets you 1 ticket for the championships, the doubleheader, the girls championship at 6, the boys championship at 8. If you can't make it out to the arena, we'll have the calls of those for you as well on WEEU and our free video stream as well.
We got the score from Muhlenberg, and in a surprise, Wyomissing 28, Muhlenberg 24, 30 seconds left in the first half.
Okay, so that could be the first upset of the night. This one is even as we start the 3rd quarter. Exeter and Wilson, and Exeter has the basketball to start the 3rd quarter. Aiden Dauble, turnaround jumper right out of the gate, misses it as it was halfway down, spun out, and Exeter comes up empty on its first possession. We start the second half tied at 21.
Yeah, that looked like it was going down, and it hit the rim in 3 different spots, but it bounced out.
Start of this second half presented by Financial Planning Advisors. Their team of professional advisors can help guide your investment planning, retirement planning, or planning for the cost of your child's college education. Less than 2% of high school athletes receive a college scholarship. Financial Planning Advisor can help you plan for the increasing cost of college. Get Financial Planning Advisors working on your team. Call them 610-376-6334 or go to financialpa.com. There's Char Mercado with a little baseline step back for 2. Bulldogs score first here in the second half.
Yeah, we've noticed he's becoming more aggressive offensively the last week or so. Blocked by Kalfala.
And yet another block, and Kalfala has it back, his second block of the night. And the Bulldogs have it back inside for Glover, off the glass, and two more.
That time Wilson scored in transition. Michael Glover gets the deuce.
4-point advantage, 8 for Glover. A minute in, and Wilson off to the fast start here in half number 2. High post is Donati off the double screen. They switch. Donati goes back to the way. He'll follow out of his way, no good, but he fouled him. Donati got him up in the air, and he will shoot 2.
And Donati was determined to get off his shot. Pump fake, drew the foul, going to the line to shoot 2.
Had 5 lead changes in this game, 4 ties. The most recent lead change putting Wilson on top to start this third quarter. Dylan Donati trying to chip back the other way for Exeter at the free throw line, where he is a 63% free throw shooter, makes the first. Donati with 7 points in the first meeting between these two teams. Aiden Daubel led the way for the Eagles that night with 17 in the 4-point Wilson win. It's a 2-point Wilson advantage now after the 2 for 2 for Dylan Donati at the stripe. Char Mercado, Carell Akins, Michael Glover taken away by Fisher. Michael Fisher with the steal, back the other way with a floater, not there. Mercado gets it back. Up ahead, looking for and it's almost taken away by Daubel. Another takeaway for Exeter.
Really, really good defense by Exeter this last 30 seconds or so.
Turnover number 4 and 5 for the Bulldogs. Exeter has it back. Looking for the tie or the lead if they can hit the 3. Daubel going to back down Kalfala. Kicks it out instead. Donati fakes the 3. Gets some separation. Shot is good and a foul. Donati got the whistle. He threw it at the rim and it went in.
That's a good way to put it. I didn't think that had any chance of going in, but it did, and he drew the foul. Let's see who it's on. It's on Kalfala. That's his second.
And it was all net.
It was all net. Incredible.
Peter Kalfala's foul puts Dylan Donati at the stripe where he misses the free throw, and Kalfala grabs the rebound. We're tied again at 25.
I think it even surprised Dylan Donati, to be truthful.
2 minutes in, tied at 25, third quarter action. Kalfala trying to get some separation, nothing there. For McLean and back for Glover. This is Mercado at the top, trying to get by Fisher and cannot. Now we're getting a whistle and a foul away from the basketball.
Looks like it's going to stay there.
It's going to be a Daubel. Just the first on Daubel, first on Exeter. Daubel, Donati, Reinert, Fisher, and Ware. The same way Jeff Van Gorder started is the same way he starts the third quarter. McLean looking for Kalfala in the low post, not there. Gives it up for Mercado. Fade away for 2. Tough shot, not there. Tipped and controlled by Ware.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Matt Colgan would have liked that shot.
Jane Ware in the open floor. Double team. Tries to step through. Timeout called. Exeter will call a 30-second timeout. With 5:27 left to go, we're back to West Lawn in 30 seconds. Tied at 25.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
To find out how WEEU can be your affordable advertising partner, call 610-345-7338.
5 minutes, 27 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Wilson 25, Exeter 25. Bulldogs scored the first 4 of the quarter. Exeter has matched it right back to even the score again.
Yeah, we have a final from the first final of the night at Wolf Gymnasium. Berks Catholic 58, Schuylkill Valley 42. Kingston McCoy with 29.
Inbounds pass and a great find from Ware to Daubel for 2.
That was
Exeter's back up on top.
Not a surprise. Coming out of the timeout, Jeff Van Gorder drew up a winner.
6 straight for the Eagles. They regain the lead at 27-25. Mercado trying to beat Fisher off the dribble. A little fadeaway for 2.
Again, Mercado, very aggressive. Off-balance shot went in.
7 for Mercado. He's got 4 of those 7 in this third quarter.
Bob, halftime at Laureldale. Wyomissing 30, Muhlenberg 26.
Kick out, Daubel for 3 in the corner for 3, and it's good. Aiden Daubel's first 3 of the night, is 29th of the season. And Exeter has that 3-point lead as a result. 30-27 Eagles.
I mentioned this in the first half. Eagles playing with a tremendous amount of confidence at both ends of the floor.
Kofala for Akings, catch and shoot for three. Rolls it off the rim, no. Glover tipped it. Kofala picks it up. Gets it back. Dumps it in nicely. McLean for two.
Nice
Great
pass.
find by Peter Kofala.
Great hustle to get that offensive rebound.
Pulls the Bulldogs back to within one at 30-29. Donati off the screen, right back to Dauble. For Reinert, his first touch on offense here in the third quarter. Backdoor feed for Ware, gets a man up in the air, cannot finish. Glover has the rebound, it's stripped out of his hands by Ware. Loose on the floor, Kofala will pick it up. Bulldogs have it. Halfway through the third, Wilson coming back the other way, trying to retake the lead. Inside for Glover. Gonna back down Reinert. Spins, misses. Reinert has the rebound.
Terrific defense by Braylon Reinert.
The Eagles still maintain a 1-point lead. 3:35 left to go in the third quarter. Fisher off the high screen. Drives and travel. Pick up the pivot foot. Exeter will turn it over. Cameron Scott will check in for Exeter. Ronaldo Gonzalez and Jaden Lockhart will check into the game for the Bulldogs. Akings out, McLean out, and Michael Fisher comes out for Exeter.
Halftime score from the Geigel, Bob. It's Reading 45, Antietam 18.
3:25 remaining in the third quarter here in West Lawn. Exeter on top of Wilson, 30-29. Mercado to Gonzalez, goes baseline, up with a floater, no. Gets his own rebound and gets fouled.
Yeah, great determination by Ronaldo.
I believe this one's going to be on Reinert. It is.
It is. It's his first, I think, right?
Yep. Second on Exeter. Not going to be a shooting foul. Jackson Kozik will come in. And Jaden Ware will take a breather. Bulldogs inbounding under their own bucket. Ware for Kofala. Catch and shoot. No. Rebounded by Reinert. Cameron Scott, the sophomore guard, with the basketball in his hands across half court for Exeter. Mercado, another sophomore, guards him. Gives it up for Donati. Working around the perimeter. Dauble for three. No. Glover with a rebound. Remains a 1-point Exeter advantage. Kofala looking for his first points in the second half. Drive, slips.
Got to be a walk, yep.
And there it is. Third turnover of the quarter for Wilson. That matches their first half number in that category. As Kofala just had the feet go out from under him. Now Carell Akings back in to Shar Mercado out for Wilson. There's a little maintenance work here on the floor on the slippage by Kofala. Invite you to stick around. Coming up after our Pizza Como Temple post-game show back at WEEU Studios. Jeff Nolan and Matt Knobb with a scoreboard show. Fill you in on all the games played here in our quarterfinals around the county, plus everything else happening around the districts. A lot of other playoff games. Here's a steal by Lockhart and a foul by Scott trying to get it back.
Jaden Lockhart, we have seen him just a determined defensive player, really scrappy. Love watching him play. Matt Coldren said he's one of his favorite players on the team, just a cross-country runner who would work out at cross-country and then come to the basketball off-season workouts while other guys would be exhausted.
He takes the steal here. Here's a drive by Akings off the Glover screen all the way to the hoop.
Yeah, and that was some screen by Michael Glover. He created a wide open space.
It gets Akings and the Bulldogs on top, 31-30. Seventh lead change of the ball game. 1:56 to go in the third. We thought this would be an even matchup, and it has proven to be exactly that. Back and forth all night long.
Let's see if the Eagles are trying to get it to Reinert. Nope.
Inside for Dauble, fakes, scores.
Beautiful pass by Reinert inside to Dauble, who's got 7 this quarter.
Aiden Dauble never panics underneath the bucket. He will wait, he'll pump fake, he'll get defenders out of his way, and somehow or another clear a path. 7 in the quarter, 12 on the night for Dauble. Lockhart from the foul line for two, no. Hesitated for a moment, was looking for the screen and roll and put up the shot.
Another terrific screen by Michael Glover.
32-31, Exeter on top. Kelfala almost took it away. Dauble regains it. Drives it, Glover with the left hand, no. Rebounded by Kelfala. A minute left in the third. Wilson down by a point, has the ball. Akings again off the Glover screen. Dishes it back. Kelfala for three in the lead. No. Rebounded again by Reinert. 45 left in the third.
Seems like nobody scored here for about two and a half minutes.
Reinert for Donati. Now he'll set the screen. Donati in paint, switches hands, misses. Grabs his own rebound and a strip and a foul. They're going to get Glover on the reach it.
It almost was like Donati threw it up at the board and went after it, knew where it was going to be.
It's actually on
Lockhart.
Yep, it's his first, Wilson's third. Gonzalez out, Kaylor Cornish in, Cameron Scott out, and Jackson Kozik in for Exeter. 31.8 in the third. Exeter the 1-point lead and the basketball. Jaden Ware, Dylan Donati inside for Reinert. Nice post up, and it's two.
They've been trying to get him the ball all quarter. That time he had inside position on Michael Glover. Donati with the find, Reinert with the bucket.
3-point Exeter lead. Reinert's in double figures on the night, and the 12th time this season. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Bulldog deficit is 3. Off the screen, Lockhart around for Kelfala for the tie. Yes! Peter Kelfala's first points of the third quarter send us to the fourth even. Exeter 34, Wilson 34. The winner moves on to the semifinals. The final 8 coming when we return on WEEU in Reading.
I'm Adrian Polanco, Student Body Vice President at Berks Catholic High School. Faith isn't just something we talk about here. It's something we live every day. Whether it starts our mornings in prayer, celebrating Mass together, going on retreats, or serving others in our community, our faith guides who we are and how we treat one another. Being rooted in God gives us purpose. It teaches us compassion, integrity, and leadership. At Berks Catholic, faith brings us together as one family. This is Berks Catholic, a time to be bold. To learn more about my school, visit berkscatholic.org.
Hey Berks County, Chick-fil-A Catering makes game day even better. Choose from a variety of trays, including Chick-fil-A nuggets, mac and cheese, and chocolate chunk cookies. Perfect for your next gathering. Place your order through the Chick-fil-A app, online, or by calling ahead and pick it up at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Take cooking off your plate and in restaurant for details.
Jackson Kozik hit a 3 for Exeter at the end of the first quarter to give the Eagles their first lead. Peter Kelfala with a 3 to beat the buzzer to finish the third. And we are tied as we start the fourth. 4:34. The winner moves on to the county semifinals.
And they will take on the Berks Catholic Saints, who defeated the Schuylkill Valley Panthers tonight 58-42 in another quarterfinal.
Again, that 4 matchup, Berks Catholic number 1 seed. This, the 4-5 matchup. Wilson has the 4 matchup, Berks Catholic number 1 seed matchup. Wilson has the 4 matchup, Berks Catholic number 1 seed. This, the 4-5 matchup. 4 matchup, Berks Catholic number 1 seed. This, the 4-5 matchup. Wilson has the 4 matchup, Berks Catholic number 1 seed. This, the 4-5 matchup. Wilson has the basketball to start the fourth quarter. They scored the first 4 points of the third quarter. Then Exeter went right back on a 6-0 run of their own. Mercado, Glover, right quarter. Then Exeter went right back on a 6-0 run of their own. Mercado, Glover, right elbow, yes.
A few of them this season.
8th time this season, Michael Glover is in double figures, and Wilson scores first in the fourth quarter as well. Shot baseline, no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Mercado up ahead. Kaylor Cornish lost the handle on it. Bulldogs look whistle. They don't get it. Exeter has the ball right back. Then green from Kozik to the paint. Blocked by Kelfala and saved it. Kelfala threw it off of Dylan Donati. He was laying on the floor. Great play and heads up play by Peter Kelfala.
That's at least blocks by Peter Kelfala tonight. He has really raised his game the last 3 games for the Bulldogs.
Might seem inconsequential, but in this tight of a game, Wilson has scored the first 2 points of each of the first, second, third, and now the fourth quarter. Looking to make it 4 in a row here to start. Glover lost his Kozik picks it up. Turnover Bulldogs.
Nice backside defense by the Eagles. You know what else could be a factor, Bob? That missed dunk by Jaden Ware, if this is a two-point.
He has not had a field goal in this game. Donati for three off the screen, no. Deflected up, and Mercado gets above everybody, gets it. Up ahead for Cornish to the rim. Nobody's fouled. Mercado with a nice outlet pass will send. Nobody's fouled. Mercado with a nice outlet pass. Nobody's fouled. Mercado with a nice outlet pass will send to Kaler. Nobody's fouled. Mercado with a nobody's fouled. Mercado with a nice outlet pass will send to Kaler Cornish to the free throw line, looking for two.
And it's Jackson Kozik, his third, team first.
Well, one of the reasons why the Bulldogs have picked it up offensively, and we're going to get
first.
Well, one of the reasons why the Bulldogs have picked it up offensively, and we're going to get first. Well, one of the reasons why the Bulldogs are going to get a timeout. We'll finish that thought when we come back. 6:32 left to go in the ball game. Wilson, WEEU and Reading.
Noisy, squeaky, or uneven.
WEEU and Reading.
Noisy, squeaky, or
WEEU and Reading.
noisy, squeaky, or uneven garage doors? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening or closing? Get a garage door tune-up. Get a garage door tune-up now from Overhead Door Reading. For just $99, we'll inspect, lubricate, and adjust your garage doors so they run smoothly and quietly. Don't get stuck in the driveway. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Spots Insurance Group is a proud sponsor of Berks County sports. We're in award 2 years. We specialize in auto, home, renters, business, and life insurance. Remember, when you think insurance, think Spots. Visit us at spotsforinsurance.com. That's SPOTTS, the number 4, insurance.com.
Break was mentioned, Rich, that we talked about Peter Calfala stepping up his game offensively for Wilson as they've kicked up their offense. The other piece of that is the offense that the Bulldogs have been off their bench of late. Tonight, looking for their first points off the bench. Right now with Kaler Cornish at the free throw line. Looking for their first points off the bench. Right now with Kaler Cornish at the free throw line, but he missed the first of two. And makes the second. Right now with Kaler Cornish at the free throw line, but he missed the first of two. And makes the second.
They've gotten
first of two. And makes the second.
They've gotten scoring up and down the lineup, especially last week against Muhlenberg and Harrisburg. Scoring up and down the lineup, especially last week against Muhlenberg and Harrisburg. I think Exeter's got to realize who they are and who their strength is here on offense, and that would be Aiden Dauble and Braylon Reiner.
They've got 22.
And that would be Aiden Dauble and Braylon Reiner.
They've got 22.
And that would be Aiden Dauble and Braylon Reiner.
They've got 22.
And that would be Aiden Dauble. And Braylon Reiner.
They've got 22 of the Exeter 34. Dauble backing down. Calfala. Exeter. They were bumping each other, and one of them was going to end up taking a foul. They were bumping each other, and one of them was going to end up taking a foul. And Calfala took the flop. And Dauble gets the foul.
Yeah, it's tough call, but you could see it coming too.
Loud here in West Lawn with Wilson having a 3-point lead. But Jaden Ware with a steal, but he stepped out of bounds. He had it for a second, and he tried to feed it ahead for Donati. He stepped on the sideline in the process. In the county, he looked at that night. He was really good that night. He's made some great passes.
Yeah, that was a tremendous pass. Reiner just couldn't finish, but he's going to the line to shoot two.
Foul was on Corell Akings. That's his first, Bulldogs' first. Yeah, the conversation in the postgame show was by Aiden Dauble, who said, Jaden says he's the best passer in the county. Reiner at the free throw line makes the first of two. Reiner at the stripe for the first time tonight. He's just a 44% free throw shooter on the year, but he's been really good offensively tonight.
And defensively.
And misses the second. Calfala's rebound. 37-35. Wilson on top. They've got the basketball. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left to go. Akings hounded by Ware defensively. One of the reasons why Carell Akings has just 4 points so far on the night. Bulldogs in no hurry right now with a 2-point advantage. Ware beats Scott off the dribble, and he's bumped and fouled.
And that's 4 on the team. I think it's going to be on Cameron Scott. Yep.
So the next one puts Wilson at the free throw line for the rest of the ballgame. Bulldogs are a 72% free throw shooter. Second on Cameron Scott. Akings tried to dump it off for Glover, who was not expecting it. Fortunate that Jaden Lockhart runs it down. They'll follow with the big three at the buzzer at the end of the third to tie this game up at 34 apiece. It's his lone bucket of the second half. Lockhart drives to the foul line, puts on the brakes, kicks it back for Mercado. Wilson in no hurry.
And really good defense by Exeter. It's only a 2-point game.
Mercado drives to the rack, no. Glover with a rebound, put back, no. Fights for his own rebound, not there. Ware pulls it away for Exeter. Scott in the open floor for the Eagles. Gonna wait for help. Dumps it off. Ware drives, spins, left-hander for 2.
First basket of the night was spectacular.
A highlight reel for Jane Ware to tie the game up one more time, this time at 37. 9 different times we've been tied in this ballgame. 3:45 left to play. Akings again off the Glover screen. Right down the middle, blocked by Reiner. Back the other way comes Exeter. Up ahead for Donati. Going to go right at Glover. Looking for contact, not there. Out of bounds. We're going to Bulldogs' way.
Donati's got to be a little bit more under control there. Try to take Glover on himself. He's got to wait for the rest of the troops to get down the floor.
And it's a tall task to try to go physical on physical with Michael Glover. Not many are going to win that battle. 3:20 left to go. We're tied again at 37. And again, it's Wilson's basketball. Mercado again trying to beat Scott off the dribble. Puts on the brakes, swings it back. We're about to hit the 3-minute mark here in the fourth. Lockhart off the screen, double team, timeout Wilson. Bulldogs will call the timeout. First timeout Wilson has taken in this ballgame. Comes with 2 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in the game. And we're tied at 37 apiece. We're back to West Lawn with more high school basketball presented by Savage Auto Group live on WEEU in Reading.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all. From residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis. No matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
What if you could have more Mike?
We had a calamity.
More Bob.
Am I going to remember this tomorrow?
More local voices.
You two really complement each other. It makes for the great show.
And more of what you love in the morning.
Tell me more.
WEEU fans, we heard you loud and clear. So now you can hear Mornings with Mike from 6 to 10, followed by Feedback from 10 to noon. More local voices, more conversation, and more of everything you love in the mornings. Right here on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and Beyond.
2 minutes, 59 seconds remaining here in West Lawn. We are tied at 37. One of 4 quarterfinals.
The key stat here right now is Exeter has 14 fouls with 2:59 left, and Wilson is a very good free throw shooting team. Keep an eye on that.
Bulldogs following the timeout. They still have 4 timeouts to use. Exeter has 2. Terrell Akings, Jaden Lockhart, Michael Glover, Shar Mercado, Peter Cafalo, 5 on the floor for the Bulldogs. Not in any hurry right now. Cafalo on the clear out, guarded by Kozik. Can't get by him, gives it up for Akings. Poked away by Dauble. Akings regathers off the Cafalo screen. Screen and roll. Cafalo can't finish. Tipped around, controlled by Jaden Ware. Exeter has it back. 2:20 left to go.
Wonderful defense by Exeter. Bob, that game at Laureldale still tight. Muhlenberg 43, Wyomissing 41, 1:21 left in the third quarter.
Ware, skip pass for Kozik, who drives, dumps it back. Double inside for two more.
Jackson Kozik, heady play. Has a lot of postseason experience last year with the Berks Catholic Saints.
Exeter back up on top as a result. Aiden Dauble with 14, the lead at 39-37. Exeter on top, 1:45 left to play. Mercado, Lockhart in the corner, almost lost his dribble on the slip. Off the Calfalo screen, but it's an illegal one. We're going the other way.
That's a great call by the official, Adonis Fleming. Calfalo threw his hip out, drew illegal screen. Good call.
On the turnover, we're going back into the favor of Exeter with a 2-point advantage and 1:40 left to go here in the fourth. Kozik, Donati, Ware, Dauble, and Reinert on the floor right now for the Eagles.
Wilson trying to trap for the first time this game.
Cross half court, no problem. Right side, Exeter. With a skip pass, Donati jumps through the double team. Kozik inside for Reinert off the rim, no. Tipped around, Kozik with a putback.
Kozik, heady play. Jackson Kozik, another heady play.
4 straight, the Eagles lead by 4. He'll follow up the other way. Akings thought about the three, sees an opening, drives inside, blocked by Reinert. Loose on the floor, Mercado will pick it up. His floater, no good, but he's fouled. Wilson livid on the jump move by Dylan Donati that a travel was not called. And ultimately, Exeter played on. They got the 2, and now Mercado is at the free throw line to shoot 2.
Bob, one score from the Geigel after 3 quarters. It's Reading 62, Antietam 32 with a running clock.
Mercado makes the first of 2. Foul, by the way, Jackson Kozik. That's his 4th. And Exeter is over the limit now, although Mercado was shooting 2 regardless. Mercado, 74% on the season. Calfalo pulls down a rebound. His putback is no good, but he's fouled. Calfalo just outreached Aiden Dauble, and Dauble's a little shaken up on the play.
Yeah, Dauble had his arm back, and it's almost like his arm got hooked as Calfalo, I don't think it was a foul, but was wrestling the ball away from him.
So Calfalo gets fouled by Reinert to put him at the free throw line. After Mercado went 1 for 2, Calfalo will now shoot 2.
Calfalo, 75% free throw shooter.
Makes the first. Kozik again with the 4 fouls comes out. Mason Goodhart in with 1 minute and 1 second remaining in the ball game. Calfalo's second is no good. Tipped around, controlled by Dauble. 2-point Exeter advantage. And a timeout call.
Dauble shaking his right arm still after that play. Like he reached back, and when Calfalo grabbed the ball, and just the weight of the ball pulled his arm back.
Yeah, it just kind of extended that,
yes.
Probably the shoulder more than anything for Aiden Dauble. He thought he had a rebound, but Calfalo just out-jumped him to the ball and then pulled it away and kind of pulled Dauble's arm back with it. So just kind of shook it up a little bit, but he will stay out there. Tough kid who is committed again to play football at Shippensburg. 57.5 left to go in this one. It's going to be Exeter basketball, and they've got a 2-point advantage at 41-39. They call the timeout here, so Exeter only has 1 timeout remaining. Winner of this one plays Berks Catholic in the Berks semifinals Wednesday at Santander Arena.
Bob, I would expect Wilson to trap again like they did previous possession, almost forced the turnover. Dylan Donati almost walked. I think that Exeter would want to get the ball again inside to either Braylon Reinert or Aiden Dauble.
Dauble, Reinert, Ware, Kozik, and Donati, the 5 on the floor for Exeter. Again, Kozik playing with 4 fouls, but he's out there for his offense right now and his experience.
His experience is really important. He's made 2 really smart plays this quarter.
Taylor Cornish checks in for the Bulldogs, along with Corell Akings, Deshar Mercado, Michael Glover, and Peter Calfalo. The 1-2-2. They beat it without a problem. Kozik in the half-court set. Double team. Ware is open. 45 seconds to go. Exeter trying to play keep away here, and Donati's fouled. Wilson had fouls to give. That's their 3rd. This one's going to be on Taylor Cornish, his 2nd. So Wilson has 1 more foul that they have to commit before they would then start to send Exeter to the free throw line. 40 seconds to go. Tipped away by Mercado, but run down by Ware.
Great hustle, great awareness by Jaden Ware.
Exeter gets it back into the front court. with 29 seconds to go. Donati bumped and fouled. That's going to be the 4th team foul. The next one sends the Eagles to the free throw line. They're a 63% free throw shooting team.
So let's run it down. Wilson does not want to foul Aiden Dobble. He's at 80%. Then the next best is Donati at 63, Ware at 61, Kozik 58, Reinert 44. So, no, Exeter does not shoot fouls particularly well, which is why Matt Coldren has his players fouling right now to get them into a bonus situation.
He will call a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. This is high school basketball at 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading. 41-39 is our score. 26.8 seconds remaining in the ball game. Exeter on top by 2, and they're going to have the basketball following this timeout. Again, Wilson will go for the steal. If they don't get the steal, they'll commit the foul. They'll put the Eagles on the free throw line, try to make them put this thing away at the line.
Muhlenberg has extended its lead against Wyomissing to 48-41 after 3 quarters, and Laureldale.
So Muhlenberg on top there, Reading in control at the Geigel. Berks Catholic has already punched its ticket, and somebody's going to come out of here on top with 26.8 left to go. Inbound for Donati, got thrown away, and Kofala has it back for the Bulldogs. Turnover on the inbounds play by the Eagles.
Confusion.
20 seconds to go, and another timeout, Wilson. How will the Bulldogs play it? Will they go for the hero shot at the buzzer for the tie or for the win, or will they just run out their offense? 19.8 left to go.
I got to think you got to get the ball into Aking's hands and try to create, or Mercado, try to create something looking for Glover inside or Kafala inside. One of those two. If you're down to the last 4 or 5 seconds, they've got to take a 3, I would guess. But we'll see. We'll see how this works out. Exeter has played really good defense, especially this quarter. Wilson only has 5 points this quarter, 1 field goal.
Bulldogs have 104 threes on the season, only 3 of them so far tonight. Mercado hit 1 in the first, Calfalo hit 1 in the second, and he hit the 1 at the end of the third quarter to tie this game up at 34 apiece. So the Bulldogs are proficient at beyond the three-point arc, but not necessarily what they have to do. Obviously, they'd love to get the 3 if they can get it for the win, but there's always the old-fashioned way to do it, which is to Rich's point.
Play. That's what I think. Matt, try to get it inside to Kafala or to Glover. Create something off the dribble with either Akings or Mercado.
Same 5 after the timeout for Exeter. For Wilson offensively, Glover, Kafala, Cornish, Akings, and Mercado. 19.8. Wilson will inbound from across their own bench. And Kafala is the inbounder. For Glover, a long way from the basket. Swinging around for Cornish. Going to screen open Kafala. It's a design play. Kafala fakes the 3, drives for 2, off the glass, and we are tied with 10 seconds to go. Timeout Exeter. Peter Kafala with the drive and the off-balance finish to tie it up.
Drove to his left and then threw up a shot off the glass to tie it.
41-41 with 9 seconds left to go. Some would say it's an omen that we're going to overtime.
Yeah, just the second field goal in the fourth quarter by the Wilson Bulldogs.
Peter Calfalo hit the 3, as I said a moment ago, at the buzzer to finish off the third. Did his bucket there finish off the fourth? There's still 9 seconds left to play.
Because on the previous possession, Wilson was fouling. If Wilson has 14 fouls, if they foul Exeter, the Eagles will be going to the line. Both teams technically right now are in a bonus.
And if they're in a trouble spot anywhere, Exeter is now out of timeouts.
Right. Jeff Van Gorder called that immediately after the basket to set something up full court. But the last possession for Exeter, they had the ball in front of their bench. Errant inbound pass. I think there was a miscommunication. Yep. Jackson Kozik threw it to a spot, and nobody was there, and Wilson got the ball. Called the timeout with 19.8 seconds. Peter Calfala took it to the basket to tie it.
Well, we had Wilson and Muhlenberg, and we had Wilson and Reading here in West Lawn. Both of those went into overtime. We got 9 seconds left to go in this, and we're tied at 41. Where the inbounder for Dauble.
A lot of time.
Reinert sets the screen. Dauble across half court. Dauble for the drive for the lead. yes! Timeout, Wilson.
Wow, what a shot by Aiden Dobble over Michael Glover.
The bucket counts. Now the question will be how much
There's time on
is
the clock.
left.
There absolutely is time on the clock.
Wilson called timeout immediately.
Yeah, there will be time on the clock.
Question is going to be how much. It's not going to be much. It would not be more than 2 seconds, I would think.
That time, no, I think it's under 2 seconds.
Yep.
Aiden Dobble got the roll that time.
Yeah.
Earlier in the half, he did not.
1.1 is what they're going to put on the clock.
That's the right call.
Yep,
1.1.
1.1. So there's a chance right now for Wilson, but it is remote to say the least. So Matt Coldren has his team huddled around. They will figure out what they want to do and what they have in the book to try to get the length of the floor to get a bucket and try to get a point, get a tie or win it on a three.
The question for Wilson is the problem for Wilson is they can't call another timeout because they're not going to have enough time to call a timeout.
Correct.
With 1.1 seconds left, the clock could run out on them. So here, let's see what Exeter, how Jeff Van Gorder and Exeter plays this. I happened to be at the Duke-Kentucky game a long time ago. Please, knowing from that game, Exeter should put a man on the ball. They are not. I would put a man guarding the inbound pass, putting the hands up, making it more difficult. Because if you tip
How about
the clock
this?
starts.
Jaden Whitehurst, a freshman in the game for the first time, is going to be the inbounder.
Must have a good arm.
He can call timeout, and he will.
And they still have one more left after
Correct.
this.
So, obviously, Wilson knows something. Again, these are things that you work on at times for practice. And Jaden Whitehurst, who is on the JV team, he's been on the varsity roster the entire season. We've seen very little of him. He hasn't played the whole game, was in as the inbounder.
Bob, I've seen situations like this, and I'm sure you have, but I think of one many, many years ago at the Farm Show Arena in a girls' state quarterfinal where between Bishop McDevitt and West Hazelton. And Bishop McDevitt, it was the same thing, but it was a tie game, and then they threw the ball to the front court, and a foul got called, and McDevitt won it because they made the free throws. Wilson's in the bonus. Exeter has to be careful not to foul.
Again, 1.1 left to play in the ballgame. Exeter's lead on the Aiden Double finish is 2, 43-41.
Wilson has no timeouts now, they're saying. I thought they had one left.
I thought they did as well.
Yeah.
So now they have none.
So here we go. Exeter again not putting a man on the ball.
Playing a prevent defense, if you will.
Yeah.
Whitehurst, the inbounder. He's it to Akings. Akings, good if it goes. It does not. The Exeter Eagles have crossed the boundary of the quarterfinal for the first time in 3 seasons. They are headed to Santander Arena. The final score, Exeter 43, Wilson 41. We will take a timeout back with our Pizza Como Temple postgame show. Our Ready Fight Phil's player of the game, our Celebration Villa of Exeter play of the game, and a whole lot more when we come back to West Lawn after this.
I'm Jada Doe, a senior at Berks Catholic High School. Berks Catholic offers a wide variety of advanced coursework and utilizes 21st century technology for the most effective and interactive learning experience. We have a team of dedicated college counselors who provide the best service for students' potential through remarkable efforts and strategic planning. Berks Catholic prepares us to be both college and life ready. For more information about my school and how to be a saint, contact the admissions office at berkscatholic.org.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
To find out how WEEU can be your affordable advertising partner, call 610-345-7338.
What if you could have more Mike?
We had a calamity.
More Bob.
Am I going to remember this tomorrow?
More local voices.
You two really complement each other, and it makes for the great show.
And more of what you love in the morning.
Tell me more.
WEEU fans, we heard you loud and clear. So now you can hear Mornings with Mike from 6 to 10, followed by Feedback from 10 to noon. More local voices, more conversation, and more of everything you love in the mornings. Right here on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and Beyond.
Your house needs to handle those frigid temperatures all season long. Keith HVAC, Electrical, and Plumbing has been keeping homes and businesses running smoothly every winter for the past 30 years. Plumbing, electric, and heating systems work extra hard while it's cold. So let Keith keep you comfortable.
Quality you trust, comfort you deserve. Call 610-589-6461 or visit KeithHVAC.com. Get Keith HVAC, Electrical, and Plumbing. You can't avoid the cold weather, but your home stays warm thanks to Keith.
Welcome to the Pizza Coma Temple postgame show. Pizza Coma is a family-owned business going strong on the Fifth Street Highway for over 50 years, serving the finest Italian dishes, Berks County's best variety of Italian sandwiches, and legendary pizza. Right next door is the Yard, a virtual golf experience to keep your game sharp all year round. If you love sports cards and memorabilia, stop in to buy, sell, or trade. Pizza Coma on the Yard, 4600 Fifth Street Highway in Temple. Exeter wins it over Wilson 43-41. Rich Garcelle on the floor with our Reading Fighting Phil's player of the game and winning coach Jeff Van Gorder. Rich, take it away.
Thank you, Bob. We're here with Exeter senior Aiden Dobble and Coach Jeff Van Gorder. Aiden Dobble with the game-winning shot with 1.1 seconds left. What did Coach tell you guys when he called the timeout after Wilson tied it?
He said, we've been in this game. We've won these games all year long, these tight, close games, and he called up a great play. Braylon set a screen at halftime and let me go to work downhill, and I ended up making the shot. It was a great screen by Braylon.
Can you describe the way you guys defended and guarded tonight? Because holding Wilson to 41 points after they scored 70 in their last two games, how would you describe it?
It feels good. In practice, we've been preaching defense all week leading up to this game. Last time they killed us on the offensive rebounds, we had a lot of rebounding drills, a lot of hustling drills in practice, and I think that really helped us come out and with the scrappy win today.
What does this mean to you? You were part of the state finalist team as a freshman. You've had tremendous success in football. But to beat Wilson on this floor to get to Santander Arena, what does it mean to you as a senior?
It means a lot. All these young guys, they haven't really been in the Santander before. I've only been there freshman year. So, it's going to be a great experience for all of us, just to come back and have a chance to win the Berks County title.
Can you describe the game that your other guy inside, Braylon Reinert, had tonight, especially not just offensively, but defensively as well?
Yeah, he's a big body. We always feed it down him. When he gets going, our whole team gets going. So, we fit it down him early. He was getting easy layups, and that just set the tone for the game. And then we kept going back, and, we just found a way.
Aiden, we will see you Wednesday night at Santander. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jeff, what is it like to have a guy like him on your team? And he obviously said you designed the last play for him.
Yeah, players make coaches look good, right? The design was get it to Dauble. Braylon set a screen at half court. Daub's go make a play. So it's not great coaching. It's being a great player. I'm just so happy for him. I'm happy for Jaden Ware. I'm actually getting a little emotional just because those guys deserve to go play in the Santander, because those two, and all of our seniors obviously, but those two have done so much for this program even prior to me being here. So I'm just very, very happy for them that they get a chance to go to the Santander and keep competing, man. That's what this team does. This is what this group's done for this year and all 3 years I've been here, and just keep competing.
This game sort of followed the same script as the first meeting, except you did have the lead several times. You were down 6 early. What were you trying to tell your team as the game went on?
Just to relax. Early on they did a couple things where they switched some things that worked the first game, and we just kind of stood around instead of doing what we do offensively and executing. Defensively, like Daub said, we're going to go as far this postseason as our defense takes us. Wilson's a very good defensive team. We were able to score on them, and we were patient and took our time and got it to Braylon and Dauble down low.
You said to us before the game that Braylon's going to be the X factor. He had a wonderful game at both ends of the floor. What did you tell him before the game and maybe after, just for a few seconds?
Yeah, after I talked to you guys, I went in the locker room, and he was in there, was getting ready, and I could tell he just had a look on his face, and I just said to him, listen, you're going to have a great game. I have all the confidence in the world in you. We're going to go to you all the time, and you're gonna be really good because you're a really good basketball player. I don't care about the football stuff. You're a really good basketball player.
You talked to us before the game about playing Wilson and getting over the hump. Well, you got over the hump. What does it mean to you?
Barely. Listen, I'm not half the coach that Matt is. I sit down and watch all their games every year. When I first got the job, I looked at all the Wilson games just because I knew he had so much success, him and Stipp at BC. So trying to find what they do, and to be honest with you, he's such a good coach because he gets those kids, no matter who he has, to play really, really hard, execute defensively and execute offensively. So for us, it's always been kind of a struggle to reach that point, and our guys did a great job executing defensively and making some tough plays down the stretch. So I'm happy for our guys. I'm happy for the seniors. I'm happy for our group. They've battled all year long, and I'm excited.
Go get some rest. We'll see you Wednesday night at Santander Arena. Thanks.
I appreciate it. Always fun seeing you too.
Thanks, Bob. Back to you.
43-41, Exeter wins it over Wilson. And tonight's player of the game was indeed Aiden Double. And our player of the game is brought to you by Reading Fight Phil's and their all-new Redner's Event Center at First Energy Stadium. Our Phil's remind you to have your next sports team banquet in the Our Phil's all-new Redner's Event Center banquet and meeting facility at First Energy Stadium. Whether it's a sports banquet, a wedding, a corporate meeting, or event, or any charity fundraiser dinner, the number one place for events in Berks County for groups of 40 to 1,000 is the all-new Redner's Event Center at the Our Phil's. Go to ourphils.com/events for more information. We're going to take a timeout, back with our Pizza Como Temple postgame show, our Celebrationville of Exeter play of the game, and wrap up a great night of high school basketball here on WEEU.
The cost of feeding your family can add up quick, but so can your savings when you use Redner's Rewards. Earn deals on groceries, gas, and everyday essentials just for shopping with your Redner's Rewards card. Like 5 cents off per gallon of gas with every $50 spent. Just fill your cart with fresh produce, quality meats, and the brands your family loves, and start earning savings on groceries, fuel, and more right away. Redner's Markets. Family owned, community focused, and helping you save every day.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
Updating your furniture and appliances? The Habitat for Humanity Restore of Berks County can help. The Restore offers free pickup of your gently used furniture and appliances from your Berks County home. We offer convenient scheduling for our free pickups through our website, restoreberks.org. Located at 5370 Allentown Pike in Temple, the Restore is open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesdays through Saturdays. You might just find that special thing to tie the room together at the Restore. Support your community with your donation to the Habitat for Humanity Restore of Berks County.
Tonight's play of the game is brought to you by Celebrationville of Exeter. One simple move, one simple price, $99. Celebrationville of Exeter is offering a $99 rent in February if signed up by February 13th. People often wish they hadn't waited so long to make the move, so do it. Celebrationville of Exeter offers a welcoming environment, meaningful connections, and peace of mind. Take the step today and save. Call and schedule a tour, 610-370-2211. Well, when the kid hits the buzzer beater that wins the game and sends you on to the next round of the play, it's kind of hard to have anything else be anything but our play of the game. And that, of course, the play, Exeter had the ball, 9 seconds left to go. They inbounded it. They set Aiden Dauble in motion. Braylon Reinhardt set a screen at the half court. Aiden Dauble off that screen, took it in the paint, and got it to roll in. He had a couple of shots that rolled out tonight, but that one rolled in, and it turned out to be the game winner for Exeter.
Yeah, Jeff Van Gorder said, Dobbs just go make a play. And he did. He made a terrific play and played a wonderful game all night, 16 points, 8 rebounds. Also, Braylon Reinhardt, he had a Herculean task of facing Michael Glover. Did a pretty good job. Glover only had 4 rebounds. Reinhardt finished with 6, had 11 points. Just a lot. We've talked a lot about Exeter and their offense and what they're capable of doing. Tonight, I thought it was their defense. I really did. Wilson was 17 for 47 from the floor, 2 for 7 in the fourth quarter. They only had 2 field goals in the fourth quarter. I just thought Exeter played as well defensively as we've seen them all season.
So Dauble is the scoring leader for Exeter tonight with 16. That gives him now 1,113 in his career, which will now roll back into Santander Arena. Again, he and Jaden Ware were part of that Exeter team that reached the county final in 2023, lost to Reading High, and then, of course, went on to win the district championship and head to the state final before losing to Justin Edwards and Imhotep in that state championship game. But they are back into the arena after back-to-back seasons of losing the quarterfinals. They get over the hump. They beat Wilson tonight on the Bulldogs' home floor, 43-41. Braylon Reinert finishes with 11, 6 for Dylan Donati, 5 for Jackson Kozik, just 3 for Jaden Ware, but he did a great job defensively on Carell Akings, and 2 for Cameron Scott, an extra total of 43. Peter Cafalo finished with 16 to lead the way for Wilson, 10 for Michael Glover, 8 for Nashar Mercado, just 4 for Akings, 2 for Nemo McLean, and 1 for Kaylor Cornish for the Bulldog total of 41. 43-41, that will do it. The quarterfinals are setting themselves up as the Muhlenberg game of final.
No, the last we heard was that Muhlenberg was up 7 after 3 quarters. The other finals, Reading 69, Antietam 43, Berks Catholic 58, Schuylkill Valley 42.
So we know 7 of the 8. The last of which will be Muhlenberg and Wyomissing. But this is what we know. The semifinals are set up for the girls. It'll be Governor Mifflin and Exeter. And it'll be Wilson and Reading High. For the boys, it will be Exeter now taking on Berks Catholic, who beat Schuylkill Valley tonight 58-42. Reading High will play the winner of that Muhlenberg and Wyomissing game in the other semifinal. And we will have them all for you here on WEEU, both on the radio and our free video stream. I do know we had some issues with our video stream tonight. We'll get that straightened out. We'll have a clear stream for you Wednesday night from the arena. All 4 games on the radio and on our free video stream. It's on YouTube at 8:30 WEEU Sports. We'll have them all for you on Wednesday night. Our coverage gets underway at 3:45 for the 2 girls semifinals and the 2 boys semifinals as well. That will do it for our coverage tonight. Thanks to Drew Kaufman and the staff here at Wilson High School for the hospitality. Sean Tansky has been our technical director. Matt Knob back in the WEU studios. For Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. Thanks for listening, everyone. Exeter moving on to the semifinals. They're now 15-8 on the year. Wilson's season is not over. The Bulldogs are 15-8, and they will play the District 3 6A playoffs. As of now, they are the 6th seed and will take on Cumberland Valley here next Tuesday night. That is tentative based on the ultimate results. And do we have a final yet?
We don't have a final yet, but with 132 left, Muhlenberg 56, Wyomissing 55. So that game has been close all night and looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Well, stay tuned. The scoreboard show is coming your way next. Jeff Nolan, Matt Knob will fill you in on that one when it becomes final. And everything else going on in high school basketball on this Monday night. And again, Wednesday afternoon from Santander Arena. More high school basketball here on WEEU. Thanks as always for listening, everyone, and watching high school basketball on WEEU. We'll talk to you Wednesday afternoon.
You've been listening to High School Basketball on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond. High School Basketball on WEEU is brought to you by
Savage Auto Group, Remax Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis, Keith HVAC, Redner's Warehouse Markets, Diefenbach Snacks, Habitat for Humanity Restore, Chick-fil-A, UECU, Overhead Door of Reading, Spots Insurance, Kuhn Funeral Home, Susan McFadden of Keller Williams Platinum Realty, Shell's Restaurant, Dairy Swirl, and Miniature Golf, Victor Emanuel Beneficial Society, Brad Coley